Not near mint. Says he likes my style. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Since the beginning of all comic books, creators have been mistreated. Asked for better pay, only to be told,
No!
Then, something happened that brought all media together. The internet brings comic fans around the world into one comic community. We support the just pay and recognition of these comic creators, comic fam. Because comics are for everyone. It's 10 p.m. Eastern, live from the United States to Australia. This is the Not Near Mint Show. A weekly YouTube show about comic books. Welcome to Not Near Mint. It is episode 115. It is October the 27th, 2021. It's 10 p.m. Eastern. You know what time it is? It's New Comic Book Wednesday, and we have two special guests. One will be joining us in just a couple minutes, but we have joining us live tonight. Dan Price. The name of the book is Bigfoot Knows Karate. Well, let's join the rest of the cast. Hey, cast.
What up, everybody?
Welcome,
hey, guys.
Welcome.
Hi, Dan. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me here. Good to be here. Absolutely. Sorry,
no, it's okay. We can hear you fine. You look good. So you have a new book. Would you mind telling the people a little about it? Oh, and we also have Casey joining us right
hey,
there. Yeah, well timed.
Hey, there you are, buddy. Case, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got a new book, guys. You just got here right in the nick of time, dude. We got a new book. It's called Bigfoot Knows Karate. It is good to have you here, Casey. I was nervous you weren't going to make it, buddy. Anyway, so we have a new book. It's called Bigfoot Knows Karate. It is a book about, you've got a gentle cryptid warrior who's in a world where anyone could become the hunter and anyone could be the prey at any given time. We like to think of it like Godzilla versus Kong meets Kill Bill is kind of the way we're kind of looking at the book. And it's a punch fest. It's a deep story. It's got a few things happening all in one shot. So pretty stoked about it so far.
Nice. So you describe Bigfoot Knows Kung Fu as Kill Bill meets Godzilla. And I mean, where do you go from getting, I have this idea, now I need to go find the artist?
First off, Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Bigfoot knows karate. What did I just
different
say?
discipline altogether. But could you restate the question? I'm sorry.
Sorry. How do you go from having, I have an idea, to I need to get an artist, writer, I need to get this all together, and how do you get it out on Kickstarter? How do you go from inception to idea to getting this to Kickstarter?
So Dan would be the one to talk to about that, because he was the guy that came up with the baseline for everything on this.
So, I mean, really, it was, I came from the world of comedy comics. I used to do a book called Latex Avenger. He had a sidekick named Spermicidal Foam Lad. Together, they repelled crime 99.9% of the time. And that was my book that I did right when out of the get-go. And when you kind of work in that world for a long time, after a while, you grow up, you raise kids, you do different things, and you're not really the same person exactly that And so I was really, my taste had changed. This was initially going to be a comedy concept years ago. And now it has turned into kind of an action adventure, psychological thriller. And it was just a bigger idea, more cinematic in scope. And I worked with Casey on something called the Comic Jam years ago, and Casey can tell you more about the jam. But when we met, we just kind of clicked. And when I came up with this idea, I was like, Casey, I need your help. And he said he was going to edit for me. And then we started doing. He started co-writing with me. It just kind of clicked that well, and so we've been writing it together now. And yeah, I mean, how did it happen? I don't know, man. I mean, if you've got a character named Kosher the Pig and you've got a character named the Visible Woman, you can't miss her. I mean, these are the kinds of things I work with. Manibus, this kaiju pop monster. I come up with weird shit. And part of my language. Can I use the language on the show?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, cool. Great. So, I come up with some fucked up shit sometimes. And so, Casey is kind enough to join me on this crazy ass adventure, and actually named the antagonist in the story Kung Fu Thulu, and so you've got Bigfoot versus Cthulhu and like a slugfest of the for the century, and so it's just weird is awesome. Exactly.
I can't stop thinking about the prophylactic inspired superhero duo. You've lost me after you got to that, and I have been thinking about that ever since.
I have
I'm still stuck on that myself.
Here's one of the books from that. I was showing this in another thing. Latex Avenger. This was called Wrath of Khan, this issue.
And
it's purple and yellow suit. And this is Manibus in the background there.
Oh my god!
And that's the Two Puff Marshmallow Man right there. And it was a ridiculous book. I mean, it was fun for the time, but we had fun with it. We had fun with it.
The Yellow Trunks.
I was a big fan of the Adventures of the Spandex Duo back in the 90s. I don't know if you're familiar. You should definitely look them up. It's horrible. But hilarious at the same time.
Sure. What was it called again?
The Adventures of the Spandex Duo.
The Spandex Duo. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that book, and then I did Masters of the Obvious, and it was like you had characters like Dr. Biclops, he's got two eyes, and the Visible Woman, you can't miss her, and like LeBron the Snapping Turtle, don't make him snap, you wouldn't like him when he snaps, and they flew around in a battle toaster called the USS Screensaver. And they have like pop culture adventures throughout the galaxy. I mean, so that was kind of the shit that I would work on before all this. So
how do I not have any of your comics already? I'm gonna everything you're talking about sounds like gold.
This is all right up your alley.
Yeah,
in multiple ways.
We'll talk offline. I'll get you some copies of something. So,
right on, man.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. But we got to Bigfoot, and I mean, I'm so glad we're here because it's the coolest thing I've worked on personally. I mean, it really is. Not to steer it back to where to what we're talking about, but let's steer it on back. I mean, it really is. It's a badass story. And I mean, Casey's just made it about 1 billion times better than the wad of craziness I handed him. He's just took the ball and ran with it.
So I kept seeing this creature that Dan was drawing on Instagram a lot. And I kept saying, hey, man, you need to do something with that guy. You need to do something with him. And he said, I got something. I got something bouncing around up here. And finally got to the point where I was like, when you figure this out, let me know. I'll be more than happy to edit or whatever you need. And he came up to me. He's like, yeah, I want you to edit. And I said, okay, well, get out of just kind of a guideline, show me what you have, give me a rough draft, something. He comes back and he's just like, boom, drops this massive script in my inbox. And he had it basically a decent outline already. And then I came in and kind of filled in gaps and said, maybe we should do this right here. And finally he said, why don't you help me co-write? And I've had a blast doing it. I've never co-written anything like this before. It's really been fun getting to know Dan, getting to hang out with Dan and hang out. I'm in Alabama. He's in Texas, but we talk nearly every day. And we just, knock this thing out. And it's a constant conversation. Like we had almost a 2 full hour conversation about how one character would like talk when he's out of the water because he's like inherently like a water-based creature. And Dan was reading my my script. And he said, "What the fuck is this?" And I was like, "You know what? When a fish is out of water, they go." And we kind of came to the to the idea that like that's going to be distracting as hell.
Yeah, well, in the script, it was going herk, and is what it was sounding like. And the thing, I was like, he can't scream herk every 5 minutes. Anyway, we had fun with that discussion, though, at the very least. And he's a better character for it. So,
where in Alabama are you?
I'm about 30 minutes outside of Birmingham.
Okay. What, like, in what direction?
Northbound, up
Okay.
65.
All right.
Are you familiar with Alabama?
Yeah, I'm from Nashville.
Okay, I just got back from Nashville not long ago. We had a blast.
Yeah, what did you do there?
Okay, so I have a good friend that I met through the Comic Jam. He works at iHeartRadio now, and he kind of gave us the grand tour. We hit like some of the touristy places, but most of the stuff we went to was East Nashville.
Oh, you little hipster.
We hit the Crying Wolf. We hit a bunch of really good. We ate the cheese on the cheese that's on the thing and it spins around the room. You just take the cheese. Yeah, whatever. It was expensive cheese, but it was good.
This sounds like a regionally based cheese discussion.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk cheese all day. Like I'm down.
I like a good cheese
to dish some fucking brie, yo.
Yeah, I like a
party all day.
I like a nice Havarti, a creamy Havarti.
Yeah, it was so freaking good, y'all. And there's a place we ate at called I think the Tree House. It's just fantastic. And then because we're in Nashville and it's all about, party. Is
that what Nashville's about?
Yeah, we drove 2 hours out of the way and went antique shopping in Kentucky.
Did you go to any comic shops in Nashville?
I wanted to. I didn't have the opportunity to. There was one in particular I wanted to check out, and I can't. It was I forget the name of it. My friend suggested it is a really good indie comic shop.
Maybe Rick's.
Yeah. Oh, and the best part of Nashville, best thing that happened. We're driving through, and our something in our car breaks. Our hose
celebrity
sparks. No. We broke down right by the Church of Scientology.
No.
Wow.
I know exactly where that was on 8th Avenue.
Yes, and this random dude, this older guy came up and said, "Break down," and my car is like steaming, and it's like 2 a.m. And I'm like, "No, of course it didn't break down. I'm just chilling, dude." But he comes back. He's like, "I'll be back in 5 minutes," and he comes back in a completely different car and helps me fix my car. And we spent about 2 hours on it, got it road ready, and then it was good. So it was pretty crazy.
That's the type of experience you have in the Deep South if you have your accent. If
nice in the South, but you're from Alabama, you know that.
If you have my accent, it's not always as generous of an interaction. So I just wanted to say, Rob, if you can go back up there a little bit, there was some gorgeous covers there. There was a black and white cover. There we go. Oh, that one right there. Both of the black and whites I love.
Tom Cruise saved me.
The second one on the bottom, that is clean.
Yeah, those actually, I've got those right here. I've got the actual covers in my portfolio.
Look at this.
This one here was done by Matthew Skillern, and is a gentleman I met on Instagram, and we started live streaming together and doing live drawing together and having fun. And we paid him to do this beautiful piece, absolutely gorgeous. And then the other one was done by a gentleman named Adam Caswell. And am I going the right way? There we go.
Yeah.
And that was done by Adam Caswell, and this was done as a piece of fan art of all things.
Wow.
Actually. yeah, this was a piece of fan art, and it was he said, I'm gonna mail you this, man, as a present. And I'm like, what? And
that's incredible.
And he sent it to me. I said, dude, I'm going to pay you, and we're going to use this as a cover. So
that's incredible.
We've received over 60 pieces of fan art during this process.
Wow.
Shit, man.
That's clean.
Before the campaign even launched, we'd already received over 60 pieces of fan art. It's been amazing. I mean, I've got people mail me things, man. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. I mean, and here's another one right here. This was done. He mailed me the original. What? And also had a printed piece done of it as well. I mean, if you go to our website, you can see I've got some I still need to put up, but you can see on our website we've got more of them. I mean, it's been the Instagram community has treated us so well on this project. You have like no idea.
What's your Insta handle?
Danomite 139, DANOMYTE 139. And they have been so cool. The Instagram and indie comics community has just been absolutely incredibly kind to us. So supportive. And that's kind of been my home base on social media for a little while now. And when I started doing this comic, working on it and sharing a little bit of it here and there, people just kind of gravitated to it. And it was just like 1 piece, 2 piece, and all of a sudden I'm having an anxiety attack because I'm like saying to my wife, what the hell? I mean, how is this going to live up to the hype if all these people are already doing this shit? You know what I mean?
We got to bring the heat.
Yeah, you got to bring the heat hard. And so we really, this couldn't just be like, what you think it is, Bigfoot Knows Karate. And, you've got the big slugfest. Yeah, it's that. It is that. I mean, it's exactly what it says it is, but it's so much more to it. And we really are trying to bring a really solid story. And, but yeah, the artwork, that the fan artwork, the covers, they're just amazing. They're just amazing.
Yeah, they're really great. It's an interesting style for the interiors on it. Who's the artist for the interior?
That's me.
Okay, so you're the artist for the interiors.
Yeah.
Have you done the art? I mean, so you're a co-writer. Have you done the art in a lot of your other books? So
I did the original stuff for Latex Avenger. It was terrible, and just terrible. I'm a graphic designer by nature. That's what I do for a living, and so I, when it came time to do the artwork for this, I was like, well, I'll just do it myself, and see what happens, roll the dice with it. And it's a different look. I mean, it's a very different look than anything else I've ever done before. But really tried to go for a kind of a brushy, grungy style, and very trying to make it feel a little bit more kinetic, a lot more movement to it in the line work, in order to just convey that constant movement that he would have, as a Bigfoot who does karate, I guess. So, but the big thing is like the art style kind of started off with a children's book I did for a woman a couple years ago. Like the backgrounds, all that kind of that painty brat background really came from a children's book that I was working on, and I kind of adapt that to what I was doing with this. And the style just kind of seemed to work, and it was just odd. It was just odd enough to be interesting as far as I was concerned, and different from a lot of the realism you see in comics today. So trying to bring something different to the table.
I like it.
Well, that's what gets you to stand out on any type of, in my opinion, in any type of those crowdfund projects. If it looks the same as everything else that's out there, people don't look.
Sure.
Unless if the Palmiottis of the world can do a Kickstarter, no problem. They've been around forever. But
right.
Do you have any ideas for your next project?
After we'll definitely issue 2. We got 5 issues planned for this. So,
nice. So this is going to be a minute before you sort of move on to the next thing.
Oh, this is going to be a minute. Yeah, because we've got 5 issues that we want to do of this. And then on top of that, we're working on a couple of sub stories, a couple of side books that kind of flesh out the character. And we got our hands on a really cool artist who's going to help us out with that. So
so I think everybody should come up with their own idea for like a comic premise, where it's pick a random animal and give them a skill and then make it about that. And so mine is meerkats that are dentists and do like a Grey's Anatomy about the daily dentist lives of meerkats.
See, whatever it is, mine's gonna do Pilates because it just
And
rhymes
go.
well with karate. So
Right.
yeah.
Didn't we? No. It wasn't Pilates. What did we decide that the goat sucker thing would do?
The chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was the chupacabra does Pilates. I don't know.
Oh, he does. Yeah. And he
something
lives
like
in
that.
Ojai, so he's not in the store.
Yeah, he lives in Ojai,
So he-
California. That's right.
Yeah.
He's retired now.
He's settled
I forgot.
down. He's cool. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, we didn't want it to be like every like Nessie does Krav Maga or whatever.
Right.
Like,
I read that, by the way.
Yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool.
That'd be dope.
But you know,
Nessie knows knitting.
we
Yeah,
didn't want it to be like too hokey with stuff like that. So
Okay.
there's going to be a reason for. Earlier, I saw in the chat somebody said, "Why Bigfoot? Why karate?"
Yeah.
There's going to be a reason. There's going to be so many.
Okay.
Like this is all going to be tied up into a pretty bow by the time we're done with it, and you're going to want to read that bow and then
Nice.
read it
So it's
again,
gonna
and
be
you're going to
like
want to buy the sub stories.
Cobra
Yeah.
Kai of the animal kingdom.
I
And
actually
I'll
have
take
a
Cobra.
video that was made by, I guess it was you, Dan, for the promo for Bigfoot Knows Karate.
Shout out to my brother-in-law Greg, actually, who is the who helped put that together with me. So he's amazing, and thank you, Greg. But yeah, let's check tape. That'd be awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
we're going to roll screen, so everyone get prepared. We're going to premiere that video now, and then we're going to drop this link in the bio and the screen below. So enjoy the video. Here we go. Right after I figure out how everything works.
Nice.
Is he fighting Cthulhu? What?
Kung Fu Thulu, actually.
Oh,
To
that's
be
brilliant.
technical about it.
That's
Yes.
brilliant. I that is a great video. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. My son, it was actually the person who brought the music to the table. And music is like you gotta have
music.
No. The music was done by a guy named Creo, and Creo lets you use his music on YouTube, which was very nice of Creo. Thank you, Creo. And but he plays a game called Geometry Dash, and they use a lot of his music in the game. And so he was playing the game. He was playing some levels and showing me. I'm like, "What's that music?" And he told me, "I'm like, we need that," And that became the theme. Like months before that was a video. I mean, I knew that was going to be the piece of music we were going to use for it. I mean, just knew it had to be that piece. So
Yeah, that's great. So I gotta ask, you're doing a Bigfoot book, and obviously you believe in karate. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I don't believe much of anything, man. To be perfectly honest with you, no. I mean, look, in doing the research on this project, I actually did watch some documentaries, and I did do a little reading here and there. And what I found out was that nobody's actually seen Bigfoot, and if nobody's seen Bigfoot, then you can't see. Yeah, if you can't see, if you can't see Bigfoot in reality, then you just can't see Bigfoot.
Right.
And did we lose Casey? Oh no,
We just
I'll
dropped.
come back. in the world that the comic takes place in, Bigfoot's not actually visible. He's not. It's not. You're not capable of just spotting a Bigfoot. You have to be to provoke said Bigfoot to get seen, or he wants you to see him. Okay. And you know, with that being said, if you can't see Bigfoot and you can't interact with Bigfoot and hasn't interacted with anyone, and that's played a large role on his psyche. The isolationism that he is dealing with as a character is really very real. And so that comes up a lot in the story, actually, that it's something that he's having to deal with. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right on. Right on. I haven't watched a ton of documentaries about Bigfoot. I have watched Harry and the Hendersons about 5,000 times. You know, one of the greatest Bigfoot films ever made.
Right.
And then there's that show where it's always got that one crazy guy who's like, I smell a Squatch. God, I hope that show's over. But no, so looks great. Looks already funded.
Yo, yeah, funded. We did. We hit at $1,000 goal. We hit that in 7 minutes. We were at 3,000 in 2.5 hours, and we're kind of sitting around 5,700 right now. So it's been a good run so far. We're really stoked about it. Yep, 5,720 with 15 days left to go. So we did a live launch, which was like on Instagram. That was really great. We had over 200 people watching the live launch, right. And it was a really good way to launch the book for sure. It definitely got us funded quickly, and we ended up getting the Projects We Love badge on Instagram. So I was so that was nice, because that definitely helped us out too. So so far so good. We're just every day we're hustling, just trying to make it happen. So we'll see.
The world of the indie comic creator.
Oh my goodness.
So you said you're a graphic designer there, and I just have to say I noticed the Adam West Life cover you have.
Oh yeah, that's one of the newest things I got recently. Yeah, so I met Adam West when I was doing Masters of the Obvious. Actually, it's Alamo Comic-Con, and he's my Batman. I mean, that's the Batman. That's my Batman, and so I got this piece not long ago, but I got to meet him. It was a really great experience because I met his agent the night before at some party at the hotel, right? And we had gotten to talking and ended up spending a couple hours just bullshitting about NPR and just whatever. I remember we talked about NPR podcasts a lot. And the next day I'm walking into the convention. I get a call from the woman I was working with, and she's like, you need to drop your stuff and go to the green room. You know where that is? And I said, sure, and drop my stuff. And she was, bring comics with you. I said, okay. And I walked in, and me and Bond, who was the artist on Masters, we walked in, and we walk up to the green room, and we're like, hi, I'm Dan Price. We were, yes, Mr. Price, we're expecting you. And somebody comes and leads me and walks me through this thing. And we go through this maze of people and recognizing, all these folks. It was kind of an odd situation because I'm never in that kind of situation. And we get around, and there's Kim and then his agent, and and I go around the corner, and there's Adam West. And I got to spend like 10, 15 minutes with Adam West, man. And
that's great.
It was one of those moments you don't get one of those again. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he couldn't have been kinder. He couldn't have been nicer. He liked Masters of the Obvious and Latex. He thought Latex Avenger was ridiculous. And,
that's great.
Yeah. And he said to me, are they absurd? I said, yes, they are. And he goes, I love it already. And I mean, that was the shit. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, I'm all kind of geeky goofy right now thinking about it because it meant so much to me. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Casey, you made it, dude. I stretched for you, buddy. So
appreciate you. I tell y'all, I live out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Rural internet is not that great.
Yeah. Well, Dan answered for us whether or not he believes in Bigfoot. How about you, Casey? You live in the middle of nowhere, so maybe you've seen one.
Okay, so I actually have I grew up with a guy whose dad.
Oh, you got a story?
Yeah. I got a few stories, man. I got a few stories. So the kid I grew up down the road from, his dad said he saw a creature, and there's various like regional variations of Bigfoot. So there's like the swamp ape in like Florida, and people call it like Sasquatch up in the Pacific Northwest. So Alabama has, this is the stupidest name ever. I didn't come up with it. Don't blame me. The Alabama White Thing. THANG. And he swears up and down he saw this creature and it attacked he and a friend. And so that's the story. As far as like, I want to believe in stuff like that. I grew up in a household. My dad believed he was abducted by a UFO, which is, people have all kinds of experiences. People see crazy shit. And there's so much stuff that can't be explained. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. I like knowing that there are things out there that we don't know yet. That gap between science and like, the unknown is pretty fucking big. So, bring it on, man.
So I'm old enough to have, I was definitely during the pre-internet days when you used to get the Time Life series of books for unsolved mysteries. You get that infomercial. You guys, anybody else old enough to remember that, or am I really fucking dating myself on this one?
No, are you talking about the mysteries of the unknown or whatever it was? Like, I love those commercials.
My grandparents had those.
They even brought it back on Netflix.
They made these beautiful hardcover books, and I knew one person ever who had it, and I read the Bigfoot one, and oh man, that was so great. They had that one movie. It was like the Zapruder film of Bigfoot.
The Patterson Gimlin.
See, you know what it is. Obviously all fake.
Actually, in 2012, with this certain new technology that took this really shaky camera and they made it a steady cam so that every time it shook, it would still stay in frame as you watch Bigfoot trot along out. And I watched that at least 100 times about a decade.
And a lot of people have speculated that because of the gait of the creature as it walks across the frame, that it is like a female. It's, but what I'm going to propose to you is that it's actually Bigfoot. And he just got his ass kicked, and he's kind of having to walk a little bit slower, a little bit, a little awkward.
Next time,
Bigger Foot took a whooping on him.
Oh yeah, I got to fight with a fucking elk, and this is what happened.
So in our book, that was one thing that I wanted to get with Dan about is when we ladies love gates. No, gate GAIT, but I wanted Bigfoot to take a beating and give a beating. I don't like looking at comics when on like page 2 somebody gets their face caved in with a punch, and page 4 you don't see any marks. Like that's not real life. I've gotten a black eye before. It sucks. Stayed on for about a week or two.
Yeah, at least 8 pages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
by lightning, he'll have the white streak.
Yeah. So like he's gonna get his ass handed to him, and he's going to do the same. But it's going to be consistent, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, but we kind of came up with a kind of a motto around here: damage counts, and so it will be something that kind of plays throughout the story as well. I mean, we're kind of theme heavy in this book. Honestly, we have there's certain things that we're dragging along with us throughout the story that we're laying the groundwork in the beginning, and then we're laying out I'm sorry, I get thrown off by the comments sometimes. We're laying out something in the beginning that we're going to be tying up, in book 3 or 4. So, we're having, I know we said this about 14 different ways, but we're just having a blast doing this thing. I mean, I went to college and I did graphic design work, but I was an English major. And so this is kind of, from a writing perspective, this is just a damn fun book to write. I mean, because there's just so many layers happening in it. And, in the end of the day, there'll be the slugfest, but man, we're having a lot of fun just weaving all the layers together.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure.
Whoever you have in the chat, you guys have the best fans, because I'm watching this stuff happen as it goes, and I think I'm too stupid to carry on an interview and also read this.
Right, that's
So
what's
I'm
happening to me too.
Front and
yeah.
center. You got
Yeah.
me.
People are partially have their attention turned to you guys, and then the rest of their
They
attention
have their
is
own thing
turned to
going.
whatever's going
They bring
on.
their own party.
Sure, enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
We're really superfluous to this entire process. If we could just have a chat,
Here to
these guys would be
facilitate.
happy.
Awesome.
So I know
Go ahead,
we're
Rob.
coming up to about half an hour now, and I want to give everyone an opportunity to let the audience know. Are you going to be making any appearances anytime over in the next couple months in 2022? Where can people find you?
I'm going to be at something on Saturday. Yeah. So here in Austin, I live in Austin, Texas. There is a comic book store called Bat City Comic Professionals on Cesar Chavez. They are having their comic book store is actually a house. They live on the upstairs, the stores on the downstairs, and they're having a small little thing in the backyard of their house with all the comic creators. And I'm going to be there. I've got some postcards with QR codes, and I'll just be handing those out to people about the Kickstarter, talking about that. So that's the big plan I've got for big shows right now. After the book is done, I'm going to start applying to some things, but right now it's just been focusing on getting this book done and getting the next book started. But I really, in 2013, I got accepted into New York Comic Con. And so in 2022, I couldn't go for a few different reasons. And so 2022 is my goal to get back. That is along with a couple other good shows that I want to do, but that's the goal to get to that one for sure.
All right. And Casey, what about you? Anything coming up on your radar?
Like, honestly, I've never even considered having the opportunity to do a con or anything like that. So really, I'm just like watching my crazy kids and making sure they don't burn the house down. So.
If you're used to kids that may or may not burn a house down, you're just in the right place for a comic book convention.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and they're just as germy as a Comic Con.
Yeah, keep some sanitizer on hand, but far away from open flames.
Right. Can I throw one thing in real quick about the Kickstarter before we get off? Yeah. One thing I didn't get to mention is we are doing two different versions of the book. We have a regular edition and we have a variant edition, or a deluxe edition. And the regular edition is the 30-page story, full color. The deluxe edition is the 30-page story, full color. Plus, I mentioned all the fan art we received. So we're doing a 10-page fan art gallery in the back of the book. And then we're also doing there'll be a sketchbook of some things to come that I'm working on. And then the cool part is we're also doing a QR code in the deluxe edition. And if you click on that QR code, it takes you to a private video that is a director's commentary roundtable discussion video. And it's going to be myself and Casey and a couple other really amazing folks who are going to come in, and we're going to talk. We're going to go through the book page by page, and we're going to talk through how we started, what's going on in the book itself and where we're going. And we're going to really get to answer some of the questions that are going to be raised in the beginning of this book that we have not been able to discuss at all. So I've never seen anything really done like that before. So let's give it a shot, see how it works out. So director's commentary. Woo. There you go.
Right on.
You know that we as comic fans buy into all that stuff because if we like the first issue, we want to know everything that went behind it. How many copies of Sandman #1 do we have? Or the first trade paperback, or the compendium, or the hardback compendium?
I even have a book of just nothing but the McKean covers. I've got so many different Sandman books. You know what I mean? It's like, are y'all looking forward to the show?
Absolutely. It's
Oh,
It's one of the first series I began reading every single issue as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's what got me back into comics.
Oh, it's a great one. That book right there, and Death of High Cost of Living, both of those, that mini was amazing too. And there you go.
Hi, Cappy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, do y'all do fellas, listen to me. Do y'all do New Comic Book Day?
Rarely. I don't get to the store very often. I get a lot of Kickstarters. I'm reading The Last Ronin right now, and it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
So
yeah. How about you, Casey?
There is like one shop kind of near me, and it's by my work, and I'll stop by there every now and then. But normally, like I'm not able to go by as much as I would like. So like
Not
paying
for me.
attention to like the new comics coming in. Normally, I'm just like, I like that. I know who that is. I want to read that. And I always like talking to the guy up front because he can kind of fill me in on what I'm missing. So
Right. I hear these stories about people who live in the South, and I just want to let you know, I don't know how, like, I forget everything. I forget the bad internet, forget, like, Walmart's the only thing in the county. How you can live without 6 comic shops within a driving distance. I don't even understand. I'd rather go without a hospital than a comic shop. I won't lie.
So I grew up with a spinner rack, so I didn't know it was a thing until I was an adult. And then I worked a job down the road from a comic shop, and they would be like doing the live action role play out in the parking lot. And the guys that would, as they were riding by, they would like throw drinks at them while they're and yell at them, and it's like, oh, nerds. And then I went by there. Too. And I was in my working. It was a moving company, and they were like, "What?" Like they looked at me like I was going to start trouble, and I was like, "I'm here for the comics. I'm also a nerd."
Glasses, see?
It got me back into comics.
Oh, that's great. That's a great story. I haven't ever thrown anything at a LARPer. I just want to put that out there right now. I have witnessed things being thrown at LARPers. I have never thrown.
Not throwing stuff at LARPers, but that's fun.
To be fair,
that's not staplers.
To be fair, throwing things that won't harm them looks fun too. That does look fun. It's mean, but it does look fun. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight, guys. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to stick around while we talk about comics that we picked up this week. If you want to go and make more comics, feel free to do so. It's entirely up to you.
I have one last page to draw. I'm on page 30 as we speak, so I'm going to get back to working on that. But
yes, please.
Here it is at 11 at night. I wish you the best of luck in everything when your book is done and out and the next one's up. You all are more than free to come back on the show. Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank y'all so much for having us.
Thank you, guys.
It's been a blast.
Thank you.
Right on. Have a good night.
Here we go. We're going to start showing some comics now. Is everybody ready for a little bit of, comic book therapy on a new Comic Book Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Let's do this shit.
I'm going to get what I want.
Christ.
Comic books. Comic books. Comic books.
Oh my god.
Comic books.
Let's get some
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 Comic books. I love this comment from Michael here at the bottom. Sir, you're bleeding out. We need to get you to the hospital. No. Drive me to the local comic shop. I clot better around Mylar and backboards.
Yeah, that happened when I was 23.
With the bag of board.
A bag of board and a little Scotch tape, baby. That's all I need.
So, did everybody pick up some comics today?
I got comics this week, but I didn't get any today's comics that came out. I had to wait. I had to wait. I have a giant stack that is approximately 16 to 18 inches of fresh comics in my pole bin that I have to go get. But I do have books.
Yeah, it was a pretty big week. Some great covers, but I want to see your back issues if you got them handy. You ready?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right.
So the fun of Miracle Man. What Alan Moore did that was so brilliant, Michael Moran has grown up. And he's in his 40s, he's overweight, he's sad. There's something that he can't remember.
Why I keep showing up to do this show, that's fucking what.
Because we love you.
So, all right, I got some comics. Now, I got some stuff here. We'll start with these. We'll start with these. That just totally fell down. It was all sitting in the stack next to me. They all fell. So we're going to do some of the newer stuff I picked up. That's Bountiful Garden number 2. That's a Mad Cave book.
Maybe next, Michael.
That's true. That's true. He has been. Then we got Army of Darkness 1979. Really having fun with that series. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal number 5. Bunny Mask number 4. There was a dating app ad on Twitter, and the ad, I swear to God, had the bunny mask on it. And I was like, I am not clicking that fucking ad. From our friends over at Ahoy, here we got Second Coming, Only Begotten Son, number 6. 4. Last issue, 6. Vampyverse number 2. Look at that dope ass cover. Isn't that pretty? Here's Beyond the Breach number 4, another great series from Aftershock. Maria Louvet's Porcelain number 3. And I know I already have multiple covers of this book, but I don't care. There's Chilling Adventures of Sabrina number 9. And here's another copy of the one I already had, so I'm going to give that to my daughter. It's going to be a surprise for her. And then, I missed this when it first came out. There's that Adam Hughes Deathstroke Inc. cover. And I think it's well documented here that I'm a fan of Adam Hughes. So here is Gun Honey number 1. And, I got a second one. I got a couple other Gun Honey books coming in. Can't wait to show you guys. And then we got the He Who Fights with Monsters number 1. The old as Michael Eman told me. This is a homage to Fantastic Four. I wouldn't know that because I'm too young. As Michael insisted repetitively. But this is also He Who Fights with Monsters number 2.
Oh, crap. I forgot. Miracle Man. Do you want to cry real quick?
Why?
Because I see here that Michael Eman put in the chat, Miracle Man is crushing on Sabrina, but not nearly as much as Rob was crushing on House of Slaughter number 1 when he ran over it with his car.
What is that? What happened? Excuse me?
Oh, that's horrendous.
What is that?
I have another copy, but it's a different cover. Cover A.
That's the one. Oh, that's the cover B. That's the one I got. But what happened to it?
Ouch!
It fell out of my sack, and I didn't realize it.
You know what? I have had a problem with things falling out of my sack without realizing it. Let me tell you what. Here we have the Electric Black, the Dark Caravan. Nobody? Nothing? Okay. The Electric Black, the Dark Caravan. Dynamite Lives number 4. I love this series. It's stupid good. Chicken Devil number 1. I love the cover.
I need to get that.
I love the cover, but I'll be honest with you, that's kind of meh on the story.
Oh, never mind then.
It wasn't horrible. It didn't grab me. It just, what it feels like? It feels like just a slightly different Breaking Bad is what it felt like to me. Yeah. So I grabbed this on a lark. World War III. It's an Antarctic Press book, but I believe it's a adaptation from a anime or a manga or something Japanese. Motofumi Kobayashi created this book. I already had the one cover for Frontiersman, so I got this one as well.
Oh, is that second print?
No, that's first print. It was just the B cover.
Oh.
Felt cool though, right?
Because I kind of want to read that.
It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. He's a retired adventurer type hero. He doesn't have his superpowers. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Be careful. This might be the last second print you see from Image.
I heard.
This is a first print.
Oh, that's the first.
That's the first print. Then I got a couple Ice Cream Man books. Number 20 there. Here's the Image first number 1. I got issue 25. I loved it so much. Here's issue 23. I was like, I got to check out a little bit more. Here is latest issue 26 there.
Still haven't read the issue.
And then I needed this cover. I did not have this cover, and I found it. Miracle Man number 6. That's the D cover. It's a pretty cool cover, right?
Absolutely.
Fit right in there with the rest. Yeah, it's a nice one. Yeah, and then of course I finally got my hands on my Catwoman Lonely City.
Nice, you got the cover I got.
Yeah, it's a pretty cover. And then I got a couple Kickstarters. This is Eris number 1. And here's why I bought these is because I saw this cover for issue 2. Look at that cover. That's fucking crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It's insane. And then from our friend Daniel Calvin, who's been on the show in the past. You might have been on during this project. Well, I got my American Dreams number 4 and number 5. For those of you who may not have seen the American Dreams episode when we had Daniel on the show, this is a superhero in the Gilded Age. So in the 1910s. So much earlier than most golden, obviously before the Golden Age, where most superheroes start. All right, next I'm going to show you, before we get to the back issues, got a couple cool back issues. Not a ton. There's a couple cool ones. I'm going to show you Hello Kitty.
That's my cat.
Here we have, so I've been getting a lot of variant covers, like store exclusive covers.
Sorry.
And I gotta stop because I won't lie. They start that up quick. But I'm not gonna stop because I got this one here. This is the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary. This is Natalie. Oh gosh, I can't remember the name. But this is such a beautiful layout, such a beautiful cover. Somebody on Twitter, and I want to say it was Blake's Buzz. He's got a show. Check him out. He does a YouTube show as well. Nice guy. He had cued me in on it, and the store that had it actually was East Side Mags. You're welcome, Comics Law. They had that one, and then the Virgin variant. So I got them both. Here we go. All right. So last but not least, a couple of books here, and then I'm all done. I got this pack. My brother ordered this for me. It was so Avatar and Boundless every month. They haven't put anything new out since the pandemic started. Everything has been for a couple months. They didn't do anything, and then they started dumping the stuff sitting in their warehouse. And you get some really rare covers and like special printings, very very cheap. And I got this here. This is a Lady Death. When Brian Pulido was publishing Lady Death at Avatar, these are the commemorative covers. So there's Dead Rising, and they're limited. They're various amounts. That one's limited to I think it said hold on a second. It's a ridiculous number. Limited to 6,000. That's not limited, guys. That's a pretty high print run, especially for Avatar. This one's limited to 750 though. This is Lady Death, Pirate Queen. This one's limited to 1,000. This is the annual. And these are all black and white covers or comics. I don't know what this one's limited to, but that's Blacklands. It is still a limited cover. Here we have Sacrilege. This one's limited to 750. These all came in one pack. And then limited to 1,500. Here's Death Goddess. And guys, if you have any interest in any of the Avatar books, there's, like I said, they're selling their really rare covers now. You can buy the whole set. Somebody just showed me there's a book called No Hero with Juan Jose Rip art. Now, Warren Ellis wrote it, but he ain't getting any residuals for this anymore if you buy these. If you buy the trade, he might. He ain't getting it off these back issues. But you can buy, my shop just bought the commemorative cover set, and it was all homage covers. And it was fantastic. It was like $17 for all 7 issues. Last but not least, I got these 2 books right here from a friend of mine. And he moved, and he bought like one comic in the 90s.
And you got it.
And I got it when he moved. And this, I guess he just had this with it, because this isn't the book, but this is the Black September preview book. You guys remember, for those of you who were collecting comics in the 90s, do you remember when Marvel bought Malibu?
Oh, yeah. They got all their good colorists.
They sure did. They
Or at
also
least
got
Photoshop.
their coloring process. That's why they bought them to begin with. They didn't give a shit about the properties, the characters, none of that stuff. They wanted the technical side of it.
What, they didn't want Prime?
Right. They didn't want Prime, surprisingly. If you guys ever have an opportunity to pick up any of the Malibu superhero comics, they're absolutely worth picking up. Yes, they're a little dated compared to modern stuff.
They still look pretty good by comparison today.
Yep.
Back from 30 years ago. There was nothing else out like it at the time.
They had 2 different superhero universes. They had the Ultra Force universe, and then they had something else, and I can't remember what it is. But Barry Windsor Smith was doing a book called Rune. Just gorgeous. You had Prime, which is basically a Captain Marvel story. You had the Protectors, which was a bunch of public domain superheroes. It was pretty cool. But they did this thing where they had a book called Exiles, and Juggernaut crossed over to the Malibu universe and joined it for a while. And then they had this event, the Black September event, but then they gave up on it completely. And here's the book that my friend had. This one was pretty cool. Here we go. Venom #1, the Madness.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, you're right, C.T. Allen. They look gorgeous in comparison to their contemporaries.
That's such a great cover.
It is. It's really cool. It's embossed. You know, for those of you who aren't familiar with this book is clogging up the dollar bins. Or at least it was for years. It might start to be getting grabbed up nowadays. This was a book that clogged up the dollar bins for years and years and years. Massively overproduced book. People finally getting some interest in the Venom book. So I'm starting to see these disappear. You know, it's Venom and Juggernaut on this issue. And if you couldn't have found 2 characters that were more overused in the 90s, maybe Wolverine. But you couldn't find 2 villain type characters that were more overused in the 90s than Venom and Juggernaut.
Wolverine?
Well, he's a hero though. So, you know, he was overused, but you know, these guys are probably the most overused villains they had in the 90s.
Him and the Punisher. It was all 90s, all
Right.
anti-heroes all the time.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's it. That's everything I got this past week.
Oh, wow. That was quick.
Now it's quick. Zipped through it. Zippy.
Well, it looks like Lady and Kirk are on.
Are out.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Kirk, do you want to show some books, or do you want me to get through it so I can stop talking?
No,
for
I can
tonight?
show. I can. Cause I just have like my books for the last 2 weeks.
So you have books. Awesome.
Yeah.
In that case,
do it.
it's Kirk's time.
Now, I'd like you to think of something specific with your organization, and that you will not object to having disclosed.
Yes, I have something. Do I have to close my eyes?
It doesn't matter.
All right, yes, I have something.
These are comic books, and they're soaked. Soaked. Look, man, this is all soaking wet. That makes them worth nothing. Hey, shitola, shitola.
It's dry by cells.
You don't. I'm with you. I collect comic books. You don't dry them out. They're done.
You're gonna kill Spider-Man with plutonium in Scotland.
I didn't see that.
Every single time it gets me, poof, you're gone.
That used to be how way back in the day Jon Stewart would end his show.
Just blowing up his head.
And here it is, your moment of zen.
Boom, boom.
So what you got? What'd you get?
Yeah.
Love the shirt, by the way.
Thank you. Shout out to Gorilla Tide Comics. But I got Crosses to Bear. I usually don't get Westerns, but I guess they're trying to catch what is that?
Midnight Western Theater.
Some mass murderer dude. But it looks, the art's pretty good, and the story sounds pretty good. So I haven't got a chance to finish reading it, but I'll let y'all know. And then of course I had to get House of Slaughter. That's the cover that I wanted.
Very nice.
The one that
guys.
Rumble.
Twinsies.
Oh my God! Why?
I cannot believe that, bro.
What the fuck, Rob?
I ran it over. It just dropped out of my stack, and I didn't see.
I cannot believe it.
I can. Could have been worse.
Fear.
Oh my Lord, have mercy.
I know, right? Here's Thor. I love
it.
Love it. You have the cover that I want, lady. That one was clean.
Which is the one? Oh, the Joe Jusko one?
Yeah, that one was clean. I might have to go back and see if my shop has this. Here's Detective 1044. Here's Once in the Future 21. Here is, only find them when they're dead. Number 9. I think it was number 9. Yeah, number 9. I'm looking at issue behind. I gotta finish the last issue, issue 8. Here's Time Before Time, which I'm loving. I think I'm an issue behind as well.
Glenn Shelby.
I'm a couple issues behind, a bunch of issues behind this. And
Oh, did you see the other cover today for that?
no, what's the other one?
That's a Pat Gleason cover. I'll show it later on.
Yeah, I gotta see this. This is gonna be the third book I read tonight because I'm loving this Daredevil story.
Oh yes, I can't wait to read that.
Yeah, I'm a couple issues behind, but I am loving this Batman Catwoman story. It's really great. The artwork is amazing, and I'm gonna show this cover. Last but not least, here's Sleep Paprika number 4. Another series I've been loving. I'm also another issue behind that one. I'm just reading issue number 3. But that's it. That's all she wrote. I'm done skiing. Get it off my face.
Get off my face.
Get off my face.
All right, we're gonna probably have one of our shortest shows ever, so I'm very good with that because I haven't been sleeping much, and there's a picture on Twitter to prove it.
Get some sleep,
lady.
after
You got
this.
some books.
The reason why I was like silent for so long is I was actually negotiating with a lady. Me and my buddy here just went in halvesies on a press because we got this nice ass press for
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious.
So you're going to be pressing books. Is it going to be at your place or at the other place?
So I'm Saturday, like I paid her half right now. I paid her half now, and then I'm gonna pay the other half when so that's what it looks like.
That's nice.
Like
That
that.
is-
That's
that
the
is
stock.
so much better than what
Very
I
cool.
got.
Very
And then
cool.
That.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was a $250
It's not bad.
press.
Really good.
And she was selling it for $130, and me and my buddy went in halvesies, which is $65 each. So, and then
Show Michael's comment, please. That's awesome.
yeah,
You should actually send that one.
Somebody
Just
clip that.
you should, Rob, just for me to practice on.
let her
I
practice.
mean, you're never going to get this out when you have like a.
Practice.
Hey, if we can get it to a 5.0, you're good to go.
All right,
So, Michael, Michael,
that is cheap.
we got it for $130.
That's
So, yeah, I got it for $130. Well, it says right there. Yeah.
That's
So-
lady for you.
Hey, lady!
Hey, lady.
Every time you get to him, my earphones start to like crackle in my ears.
Oh, so
It's the
good.
one thing I remember from Jerry Lewis more than anything else. Lady.
The only thing anybody remembers from fucking Jerry Lewis.
So, I'm showing you some new books that I got, and then I'm also showing you some back issues I picked up and some recent pickups.
Let's see him.
I got this is called Stoned Master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Kickstarter, and it's kind of goofy, but I really liked it. It was fun.
That's an Aubrey
How'd you hear
Sitterson
about
book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And Taylor Esposito doing the lettering.
anyways, there's
Everywhere.
Yeah,
And
that
then I
guy
picked
letters
up-
everything.
House of Slaughter, a cover.
Nice.
This Swamp
Looks good.
Swamp Dogs, House of Crows.
Oh, where did this come out?
Black Caravan came out today.
Yeah, I didn't even see
Yeah,
it.
that's a nice cover.
Yeah. So I was like, And
I'm
then
like,
this Black Caravan, the Dark Caravan. And you had this freaky looking pilgrim dude, and I was like, all right, I gotta get this shit.
Same.
This is
Same.
looking good.
It's Schmalky who did it, and
Yeah.
Schmalky basically writes everything that Black Caravan does, and they're all great.
And so this I picked up. These were back issues.
Oh no way! That's a great cover.
Yeah, it is.
Have tread marks on it. I don't know, Michael. Maybe because I don't run mine over. This. I already have a copy.
Yes, I got a copy.
This is in such nice shape, and it was such a good deal that I got it. So
that book's heating up too.
Yeah, it is. So lady sent me a picture of Key Collector, and would you care to tell the audience how much that's going for on Key Collector?
No, tell me.
$200.
No.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Why?
So you'd think that is the best pickup that lady picked up today, but there's one more, and that's going to deserve the bang.
Oh yeah, first no.
Hold on just a second.
Mine's a gift.
Here. Go.
Bam.
No. No.
Damn.
No.
All because Sinister's going to be in MODOK. Who the hell is watching
MODOK?
MODOK?
Just MODOK.
I watched like 2 episodes. It was not that great.
I did not buy that X-Men. Air Spider. I actually did buy that X-Men for $1 when I found it at a dollar sale. But like this one,
yes, Michael. Yeah, first one.
I did not pay. I paid 50 times that much. But anyways, this one I didn't have. I needed it. It's a key for me.
Is it X-Men too?
Nope.
It's X-Men related.
Wait for it.
See it. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Anybody that has any aversion to flashing lights, avert your eyes. Warning. 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 Banger alert. Banger alert. Oh, look at the little kitty. And he's playing with the tiny little chick. Wait, you're here for comic books, you dumb asshole! It puts the lotion in the basket. It puts the lotion in the basket.
So yeah,
poor girls.
It was a very, very nice copy.
Yeah,
so sharp for a newsstand at that.
Yeah.
And I found it such a great deal. And so I had to pick it
We
up.
all do.
And it was a great personal key of mine that I had not gotten yet. Now,
That's great.
Yeah.
So much better than my copy, too. Mine's all dinged up in yours.
We're triplets.
Mine has all these little ticks, and then we'll show ladies with none.
No, mine has ticks.
Mine's is
It's still beautiful.
It's so pretty.
It's still beautiful. I have it too, but I'm not running to dig it out.
Go, go, go. Go.
It still looks better than mine. The reds are just sharper. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
Definitely been hit by the sun for sure.
We're all grabbing our copies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob, you're gonna have to find this and like come back to it at some point where it's like that shot of all of us holding that up.
As soon as Miracle Man comes back, we're going to be using this for a graphic. Absolutely.
Okay. Then this, you guys, I found this for 75 cents. The reason why I picked it up, even though I already had it, was
because that cover.
You have the tattoos.
Dang.
All right, I got mine. I got mine too.
Okay,
there
ready?
we go.
Let's show them.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Yeah.
What's the time mark?
Time mark is 1 minute and 9. Wait, 1 hour and 9 minutes.
There we go.
Or 10. 1 minute and 10 and 3, 2.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go.
This is why you watch the show, because you want to know
All
what
right,
we're
my
picking up.
face.
We all have a copy of this. What does that let y'all know? You should too.
Yeah.
Be cool.
Now I got
Cool,
mine
motherfucker.
for $8.
Yeah,
You
shut the
got
fuck
all
up.
I think I got mine for 15.
Yeah, I got a good deal on mine. Got a good deal.
That's a
Mine
great deal.
was
So
20 like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
the reason I picked this up for 75 cents was it's a Mark
I knew
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I knew it. I knew
Oh yeah.
And this is in really nice shape.
it.
They're never in good shape.
Ever.
That's great.
That is so cool. I don't have a single one. I just have That's really cool.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Okay, so there's that. And then they have found this. What?
No, it's about Rob. Showing that bent up look.
Michael here says, I have my own copy of Avengers Annual 10. I keep it safely stored under my left rear tire. A little trick my friend Rob told me.
Tire. Oh, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense now.
So they had this price for 10 cents at the comic book warehouse.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, no
That's
way.
unique.
I can't get this sticker off, but that's okay.
No way.
This is the first appearance of the new Wasp.
Yeah.
Um,
That is.
and then they had
You came up.
at the comic book warehouse, Spider Girls issue 1,
Ooh.
I like Spider-Geddon.
2,
Very
and
nice.
3, and they were $1.50 each, so I picked them up.
Worth
So I
it.
was like, yeah.
So what's up, Chris? What's going on, dude?
I don't think they were bad. And then this I had to order, even though it had the other cover, because I love little
It's a great cover.
Great
cover.
It's so freaking cute.
It's really
And
good.
then
We still love you, Rose.
I picked up this What If because I love the Arthur Adams Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four issue 348. And this is a What If.
Yeah.
The new Fantastic Four had remained a team.
Nice. Very cool.
And
Newsstand at that.
yeah. So issue 78. Yeah.
Hashtag that's hot.
Is that a 90s or is that like a 2000s book?
No, these are the 90s.
Yeah.
But it's this
It's near the end because it has
is rare.
yeah, the Alterniverse.
Yeah, when they were doing that
label there.
Alterniverse. So and then I found this on eBay. It was like $2.45 with like $4.99 shipping. And so I found Thor Annual 18.
Nice.
Damn.
This is the first female Loki. So that hot key has gone down. Bo show.
As soon as the show ended, it started to dip down.
It was like that and Kang.
Yep.
Who?
Was part
Exposition dump.
Right.
This was
Don't say
yeah.
nothing because I want that book.
Same.
Look on eBay; they have it very, very cheap.
Yeah. There's a lot of those. That was a highly printed book.
I got this Unruly Simeon sent me a very kind gift, and Gun Honey
Nice.
number 1.
It's a nice cover.
Bill Sienkiewicz. We both share love
Nice.
of the artist Bill, known as Bill Sienkiewicz. And so, yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much. And then also, along with that, he sent me a variant of by Orzu, Agony.
Very cool.
Number 1.
Very cool.
One of number
Very
61 of 1500. So, and
Dope.
then this one, y'all. This one, personal mini grail that I've been seeking to help complete my X-Men collection.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
X-Men 129.
Very nice.
First appearance.
Very nice.
Of Kitty Pryde.
Wow.
And Emma Frost.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. That's
Good
it.
Von.
Damn it, am I doing another banger for you too?
Yes.
That's a banger.
Warning, 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 warning. Banger alert, banger alert. Holy fucking shit. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking god. Look at that fucking book. Oh my fucking god. Look at that book. Jesus. Jesus. Oh my god.
I like turtles.
Me too.
I know.
So look at this, and it's in its early direct. You saw that on Instagram.
On the grams.
It's so nice too. And I got it for this price. I got it for a crazy good deal.
You got this at your shop, or you bought this on eBay?
Yeah, I found it at a shop in the wild.
Correct.
And
That's
that
Early
shop
direct.
had 2 fucking copies.
No.
And they had an X-Men 94.
What?
And they had an X-Men 94 for $400. It was beat the fuck up though.
Oh. Your copy's better, I'm sure.
This one is beautiful. No, mine's yeah, the cover's nicer. It's just attached. And then I found this for a couple of bucks. I remember when it was hot.
Oh yeah.
Now I got it. I love it though. It's still badass. And then I found this at a comic shop. They had these for honestly really cheap, given that they're going up. Nova #1.
Mm-hmm.
Audie Granoff. This is such a great Nova run by Abnett and Lanning. And then #2. Such a cool.
Invincible Iron Man.
Watch your fucking language, Rob. And then I think this is really cool. A lot of people don't know, but this solo Hawkeye #2.
I'm working.
It's
on
got
this.
actually one of the first early solo stories with Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
Got Captain Marvel. That's that chick all in yellow. And so this is actually an important
That chick
book.
in yellow.
Yeah, it's an important book. If you give a fuck about Monica Rambeau.
Damn, I need that in my life.
Yeah. I found this one in the 50-cent bin. Now it is not in good in perfect shape, but I still love it.
Very cool. Very cool.
And then this was a kind gift from Tacoma Comics. God, I need to send him his package. I got a big ass thing of books I got to send his ass. But this is Captain Marvel 27. He sent this to me. It's a variant by Stephanie Hans. He's a Hans fanboy. But I just think this is so beautiful. You know why? Because it fucking is. But like, yeah. Just epic, gorgeous, meow, meow, meow. And then I've had this for a long time, but I'm still going to show it because it's fun. This is Doctor Strange 15. And that is the issue with Amy Grant's face on it. And there's a lawsuit because they want to take her face because she's like super Christian and shit. And this is like, sorcery and shit.
That's the devil's
yeah. And so it got recalled. So I fucking love it. Because on it, when I was a little kid, straight up, I fucking loved Amy Grant.
Mm-hmm.
So much language on the show tonight.
So, anyways, that's my chunkage, and get out of my face.
All right. So I guess it's probably my turn now.
Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everybody's gonna die. Come watch TV. Wow! Hey, look, you guys! The sun's rising.
So this happened today. Now you might be wondering, what is this?
Yeah, what is this?
Somebody sent me a comic book that I just ordered because I haven't been ordering a lot of comic books on the eBay, but I did get one because something happened kind of last week and I felt a little out of sorts. So whenever I feel out of sorts, I order something that I really, really want. And I wanted this for a long time. So how about we take a look and see how not to ship a comic book. Now, if this turns out to be a Kickstarter, I'm sorry, but also kind of not sorry at the same time because I don't feel any cardboard in here for what I know this is. So let's bring out our trusty little scalpel here because everything's all taped around everything.
Please be careful.
That's another thing. The extraction of the book from some of these packagings. I love that my books aren't getting damaged. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to complain, but after you've packed them up well, you don't need to packaging tape around the entire thing.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be like a nuclear football.
Right.
Nuclear.
Your thumb is in the wrong position. You're cutting that towards your face. Somebody get an adult with Rob Wurst right now, please.
Oh my God. Dude, don't hurt yourself, Rob.
Please, dude.
I'm just
I
cutting
have
a far
I
enough
have
away
myself,
from
I will
myself.
throw the fuck
I
up.
see this, I'm gonna pass out.
Okay, so I needed to get just enough of it out. So he put it in an envelope.
Oh.
An envelope in an envelope.
Very
so this
nice.
is going to be
Oh my
fun.
God, dude.
Very
Please.
nice. I wonder if there's a bag or board on it.
I don't think there is. It
Just
doesn't
tossed in
feel
an
like
envelope.
there is. Still, considering that, and I hope he's not watching because I'm still trying to arrange. I'm still trying to arrange. A
Rob,
Green
do you have
Lantern
scissors? I'll get
Please.
some scissors.
I can send you some of the special scissors, the plastic thing.
I just want to let you know, every time you do that, my balls are up in my throat.
Yeah.
I'm literally choking on balls.
Hey, Tony.
You came in just in
I'm sorry,
time.
I'm not showing everybody's
Screw himself.
comments here.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here
Yeah,
first.
pretty sure
This
I'm
is-
not going to die.
This is not the way I normally choke on balls, but it is happening.
Thanks so much, Leslie. I
Hey.
appreciate it.
Tyler's here.
All right. So here we go. It's finally open.
Now put that thing down
Oh,
and
God.
away from your body.
Now's when
Put this
now's
away.
when he'll get a cut down to the
Oh,
bone because he's done and he'll fuck himself up.
Whoop, there goes my testicles.
Yeah.
Oh!
So here we go. Taking it out of the envelope.
Holy
No
shit.
way.
I don't like anything I've seen
Shit
so
got
far.
there on
No
a prayer.
way. Crazy.
Oh my
Right
God.
Right
should
now,
have
I'm
packed
reminded
this
of a
video.
line from a Nova comic book because we've been showing Nova comics tonight, and that Nova comic book had an explanation of, so I'm the young Cyclops because old Cyclops is dead because he went crazy, and he. Oh my God, yeah, I'm not wrong about this.
It's literally just a comic tossed in an envelope.
I'm tearing the thing open because watch this.
This is crazy.
Shut the flop and flop up. You got one, and
Oh,
that's how they
nice.
shipped it.
Now I opened this live on YouTube.
No shit.
No, I paid $126 in total for this thing here, only to
That's
be
insane.
shipped like
And that ghetto ass shit.
Now, I don't know if I should wind up putting in a claim.
You know,
Somebody clip this video and attach
Yeah,
it.
please clip this video and let me know because I've been looking forward to getting to this comic book since I ordered it last week.
I've heard of this.
Rob,
video.
you're gonna have to let your friend who's just got a new press press it.
I think I might have to because, oh my God, man. I know this is from just being in this envelope.
Dang.
Yeah, I would put a claim in on that, dude.
It didn't
126
look
bucks.
like this.
Yeah.
I like that movie Hook.
But okay, so that'll go in Mylar. I don't want to give it back because it's still worth like maybe 60 in this condition. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, you deserve some money back.
Something like refund half of it. Dude, you don't know how to ship. What the hell?
Who the hell does that? Who sells a comic for $126 and does that?
That's insane. Hook poster, yes. Oh, that looks fun. I'm sure. $5
Killing me here, Chris.
later. Oh my God, why did I do this to myself? At least it's not that much. It does look like my cat kind of did that for me, though. Oh, okay. So came in. Now you can see why I've been having a week. So here are the books that I picked up. There's 3 stacks. The smallest one, DC. We're going to start with DC because I really want to cut a lot of DC comics out starting 2022. Not because of the paper shortage, just because I really need to. I don't need all this stuff. It's like a video I'm making for Whack. Oh, did I just see that? All right, so here we go. Batman Fortnite #1. This is the cover B. I only got this because it has the Batman who laughs. I mean, so did the other cover.
Wildly utilized character in my estimation. There should be 36 books per week. with Batman Who Laughs in them.
That was last year. We could always use a little more.
Can I tell you an honest to God story?
Oh, absolutely.
Never read Long Halloween.
It was good, but to be honest, I can't remember it. It's been more than 20 years since I've read it.
Tim Sale art, right?
Yeah. From what I've been hearing, the art is very similar to the original storyline with updated coloring. So it's a one-shot, one and done. You don't really need to have read everything that came before. It's a Calendar Man storyline with Two-Face and Poison Ivy. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I already had this, but it was in my stack, so going to Kirk. Yay! Hey, guess what I almost put down on this? Luckily, it was covered.
Jesus, dude. As long as it's not your balls, I'm happy.
So here's Deceased Part 38. This is the Batman or DC versus Vampires. Looks like Batman Damned, but not because it's smaller.
That came out today?
Batman's whack.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. DC versus the Vampires, or DC meets Vampires, or Vampires eats DC, whatever the fuck they called it.
Yep. And this is latest issue Detective.
Is that Bermejo again?
Yeah, Bermejo's been doing all the covers lately for the Detective series.
I'm not saying I don't dislike. I dislike his work.
Amazing.
Ooh, that's great. But he always draws Batman's suit like it literally looks like he bought it off a rack. Like Bermejo's style of
doesn't fit.
Right, like it's bought right. No. Like it does not look like highly impact resistant. Like it looks like clothes you could buy at Kmart. Is all I'm saying.
It's not skin tight, so that way every time he tries to twist, it winds up breaking a seam along the side.
I mean,
that's fair. Like it has some stretch.
Yeah, I don't know. Kind of feels like it's a Doc Savage outfit with a cape and cowl.
I mean, to be fair, he was kind of ripped off of Doc Savage.
Well, he was ripped off the Shadow. Superman ripped off Doc Savage.
Once Superman came out, it was like everyone came out of the woodworks going, let's rip off that.
Yeah.
Or, hey, let's rip off that and make it female.
Bondage cover.
This is, to me, one of probably the cover of the week if it wasn't for two really nice Barron's covers on the Spawn books. But I love the cover B, but the cover A was the one to sell it to me.
Hell yeah.
I mean, look, they're in bondage. They're all giving up all their darkest secrets, and she could not be any the worse for caring.
How often do you get a Wonder Woman bondage cover anymore? That's dope, man.
It's rare these days, right?
It is, man. I got to go back and pick that up.
So that was the DC. Here we'll go with all the independents because I kid you not, 2/3 of this is nothing but Spawn.
That's terrible. What are you doing to yourself, man? You don't even read Spawn.
Did you buy every Spawn cover?
He does.
I buy every Spawn cover
because it's a trade. I remember it's a trade.
There you go. Madness. I don't give a shit about Spawn at all. At all. One day I want to make a trade for a lot of my harder to find Spawns, my full run of most of the later stuff in the last couple of years, and go, oh, you have something I want? Yeah, please take this shit. I probably shouldn't be giddy about the fact I want to get rid of it, though. Mm-hmm. So probably if you're watching this show, it's not going to you. So here's Hell Cop. It's the 3D edition. Mm-hmm. Brian Haberlin, he's one of the writers on Spawn. So it's part of the Spawn universe or Spawn adjacent.
Yeah.
This is for Ace because Ace loves everything from Vault. And this is, I think, the 5th or 6th printing of Barbaric.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So they should like that.
Yeah.
Here is Chew number 9 from John Layton. Layman.
That's still going?
Still going.
Wow.
And it's a new story. It's not taking too much of a cue from the initial one. It's its own book. So I continued reading it after.
Yeah, I need to buy the original trade so I can read it.
I need to read the last issue of this.
Did this come out today?
Why was this not on my pull?
I didn't see it.
Cover B.
Well, I didn't even get the cover A.
All right. Now, maybe you might feel a little weird about this because you all have the first prints. I missed it, but y'all been talking about this, so I picked up the second print of Deadpool.
Nice. I saw that today. It's a cool looking cover, too.
I missed that.
I'm looking forward to reading this.
It's basically a haunted red box.
Hey, it's an undamaged copy of House of Slaughter #1. It doesn't go very well with
I say you put them both in the same box and say fuck it. Just put them right in the box.
Why not?
Why
My
not?
mom said they should all be loved the same.
That's what I say. Love your comics. Doesn't matter how fucked up they are.
All right, so I was saying it earlier. The comic book market is running into a paper shortage, and Image Comics has said they're not going to be doing any more second prints, third prints. So this might be one of the last of the print runs that you'll be seeing. Here's the third print of The Me You Love in the Dark. Good series from Scotty Young. This is the final issue of Mother of Madness. I know the first 2 issues didn't make a lot of sense, but this last issue's been getting a lot of good reviews, so I hope it kind of makes sense at the end. Now, I like the first 2 issues of this, but last week I forgot it came out. I didn't even know it came out, but perhaps my comic shop was delayed because many of the independents were delayed, so I finally got this one this week. Mark Russell, Not All Robots. 5-issue miniseries. I'm looking forward to binging that. Once in Future. Yep, that came out last week. This one came out today. There's a 1 in 25 John Boy Myers that came out today that looks really good, but I'm not going to be paying 25 times the amount for that. Here's the cover B of Pop Star Assassin.
Yeah, I got that in my bin. It looks good.
Now, if this one is not to my liking, and I don't plan on picking up a cover 2, I'll throw it in your pile. Here we go. There's only a couple that are not Spawn, so I'll take those out right down here. These are nothing but Spawn.
Jesus,
I don't
man.
know why I do this to my. This is why 2022, my pull list is cut. Spawn issue 220 or 323. Spawn 323. But it's a Baron's cover, and just look at the detail.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a nice cover.
It's a good cover.
You think this one's nice, but wait until you see.
Let's see it.
King Spawn issue 3.
Oh, it's pretty cool. Oh, it's a pretty good cover.
I mean, even if I don't give a shit about what's going on the inside, it's pretty looking, but it takes up a lot of room, and I'd rather have the older comics that you're going to see over in that Marvel stack.
Right.
All right, here's another King Spawn. I mean, not bad. Here's another King Spawn. It kind of looks a little bit Scotty Youngish, but it's McFarlane.
That's nice.
Here's one that looks like the last few issues, so it could be easily missed. And now we got motherfucking Gunslinger Spawn.
Yeah.
That's the issue one, right? Now. I kind of want to read that.
Yep, issue 1. Issue 1. Issue 1.
Mm-hmm.
One day I'll get something that I actually want with this stuff. Hopefully it's worth it. I picked up the cover B last week because I have almost all the cover A's, but they didn't get the cover A last week. So I just want the fucking story. Hey, they got the cover A this week.
There you go.
Anybody need a cover B?
Great cover, right?
I like both of them, to be honest.
Yeah. I just love the family all being around it. Like, that's just, it's not something you see a whole lot.
No,
yeah,
and sometimes you like those holiday things. Like I've been watching this show on Netflix. I'm sure some of y'all have seen it. The Movies That Made Us. And they're talking about stuff like Halloween. We were originally called this like the Slumberland Murders. I'm like, motherfucker, no one would go watch that movie if you called it that. But if you call it the title of a fucking holiday, holy shit, everyone wants to go see it now. It's an event. Like that. Hey, speaking of events, if you haven't been reading Vinyl, holy shit, you are missing out. This is one of the best stories to come out this past year. It's violent.
I need to grab it.
Now, this is issue 25, right after they introduced the governor. This is the reprint, all in color, deluxe Walking Dead. This one's going to Rufo. Hi, Rufo, if you're watching. If not,
shout out to Rufo.
Shout out to Al Ewing. We only find them when they're dead because we only find these like every couple of months, and then I completely forget what happened in the last issue. This should only be read like all at one burst.
Totally
All
agree.
right. Last stack. All Marvel. Because back there, you're seeing a giant stack that I'm now putting stuff into comic skin mylar.
Yeah, I thought that was another stack for you.
I got a lot of stuff today, but not that much. Only enough to fit 2/3 of a short box. Now you know why I want to cut my pull list, right?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So here is Amazing Spider-Man 148. Now, these are just some of the fill-in issues because I'm still working on my Amazing Spider-Man run. Here's issue 154 with Sandman's god-awful new suit. New old suit. It's the 70s.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Hey, here's a suit that never gets old.
Yeah.
Gabi. Yep, that is right, Comic Zombie. And I'm sorry that I've been showing comments here. Vinyl has been solid.
Well, vinyl's been fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, and because of Miracle Man, not because of me. I have all this shit behind me. You hear Miracle Man's golden voice, and I gotta get that shit. You see me have it, and it's like, I could let it.
That's fair.
Everything. I mean, shit, he got all of the Dan Slott run and the Nick Spencer run. Rob just gets everything. Who cares what he gets? Hey, here's Avengers. Now I just need a 122, and I have a pretty good run through most of the early hundreds.
Very cool.
Got 225 with Black Knight, Newsstand.
Great cover.
Here we got the first appearance towards the last page, and sorry if there's spoilers, but I'm pretty sure it's all over Twitter, and if you're watching Twitter, well, you kind of know what's going on. This is the first appearance of the Living Blade. Apparently, it's the only person that Natasha is scared of. So I'm curious to read that. And Black Widow has been one of the best titles in Marvel right now. Only thing that really comes even better, this.
Yep.
And it's ending. Well, to be fair, it's into Dark Reign. This I heard makes not very much sense, but
I like the Darkhold stuff.
I'm getting Darkhold just because I'm curious about Darkhold and what they might be doing with
That
it.
Doctor Doom cover looks clean though.
This one isn't clean, but it is the first Wrecking Crew.
Nice.
Nice.
Inspired by Lady Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is probably the lowest condition pickup today. It's probably a 5.0. Got it for $10. It's still hanging on to the staples, but it still feels like really loose and the cover is really worn. But hey, now I can read the issue that comes before it and after it because I didn't have this.
Yeah, I have the one that.
Some more Kang, some Mantis, and I'm looking forward to
What
reading
number is that?
This is 324.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Cool.
And here is Kang's second print issue 2. This is what I would call a missed
That is a
opportunity.
Look at that big. Yeah.
So this would have been the Ravonna Renslayer as Moon Knight, or no. Yeah, Moon Knight. They could have put her on the cover. There was a great picture. Missed opportunity. Maybe for the third print if they get around to it with a paper shortage. Now, I already have a copy of this, so if anybody needs another, this one's in much better condition. I thought that I was missing it. Oops. But at least I got NATO from this.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Done. As soon as I file that away, I'll throw the
Thank
other one in
you.
your pile. Not literally throw, because I really do respect comics despite what you might think watching this episode. If you
I
only
don't
see
think
me,
that would happen.
Send
If
that
you've
to
only
me for
watched my-
practice.
this will go in your pile. Like at the very bottom is packing material.
Yep.
But for those that regularly watch the show, you know that I treat my comics well. But for those watching for the first time, hey, shit can happen to anybody.
Oh,
And
yeah.
usually it happens to me. So yeah, here's Moon Knight issue 4. This has been one of the good
Tigra?
runs.
What?
Yeah, great cover.
Tigra knows Mark, and they have some good back and forths. But hey,
That is not.
there's
I
another cover.
didn't think she was still around.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah, it's a good cover, too.
This is going to be sought over. I assure you. I mean, Venom has been done to death, but seeing Venom being worshipped as like an Egyptian god, I haven't seen that before. I like the idea behind it.
Yeah.
Now I hear there's a first full appearance of a character in some spider outfit in this, but I need to read the last couple issues. It's been good though. This is probably the big pickup that I got today because this shot up to $100, and then came Gamma Flight 1 where we went, what the fuck did they do to Scar?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got this for $30.
Okay.
All the way to 100 and then cratered. But I didn't get it on New Comic Day when it came out because apparently I missed it. But I was picking up every issue back then.
Super jelly.
When did that come out?
That came out 2007. That was back when I was still with a woman that I married. So she allowed me to get comics every week. Yeah, allowed me. My pull list wasn't as big then, but I was getting all the Hulk stuff and all the Planet Hulk and all the World War Hulk. How did I not get that? Oops. Sometimes you can't get them all. Hey, here is something that I did get. This is the Magneto cover. I don't think it's the Paul, is it?
Has anybody been reading the Inferno?
I read the first issue. It was okay.
People have been telling me.
No, I'm too poor.
Yeah, it was okay. I bought it because of the Mark Brooks cover, but you know, the story's
That's what's been canceled.
Marauders.
I heard it's like the next
Canceled.
thing.
Canceled.
Yeah.
What?
Hickman's
I
leaving.
dropped
I
all
think
that.
you're gonna. Yeah, you think you're gonna be losing a bunch of these X titles.
Yeah, I dropped all that shit anyway.
Well, considering that he said this was supposed to be phase 1, and they went, no, we kind of like having like 20 titles a month, so you can still do whatever you were going to do, but we're going to have these 20 other titles. I'm out.
Right. Yeah.
Last book. This is the book I was telling you about. This is the Wolverine Gleason cover.
Sick.
The blood cover.
That's a good cover. I'm not even a Wolverine fan, and I love that cover.
Yeah, I haven't been reading Wolverine. They did not show this cover for Final Order Cutoff. I just knew it would be a Gleason cover. They showed the regular cover, which was fine. But if I was going to throw my hat in the ring, I'm glad I got this one.
Mm-hmm.
Those were all the comics that I picked up this week. Everything.
A lot of comics.
So, Friday, are we doing anything, lady?
Maybe we can do something. I'll see. I'll let you know how I'm feeling.
Depends if we're awake and alive and just wanting to deal with the open public.
It honestly depends on my mood. I'm not going to lie.
And I'm not going to lie, next Friday, I am not going to be in one of those moods because I'm going to be going to Key West for 2 days of trial. I should not be telling people that I'm leaving. At some point next week, oh, damn it, I already told y'all. I can't edit it out. So y'all know I'm going to be on a trial next week, but it's Thursday, Friday, and that means next week is going to be absolute hell for me.
Are you staying overnight?
No.
You're gonna drive.
Waking up next Thursday at 3 a.m. so that I can drive down there at 3:30 and do a trial, come back, get home at like 9, 10 o'clock, and then do it all over the next day.
Do you get comped for gas money?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like
Thank
300 just to drive down there. Then it's like 200 each trial set if it goes overtime, which if it's a 2-day trial, day 1 is going to be, okay, jurors, opening statements, here's a couple witnesses. Hey, how many do you actually plan on doing? Oh, that many? Really? Okay, we're going to do this till fucking 8 o'clock at night.
And how much does a tank get you? How far?
Yeah, I was curious too.
About 400 miles. It's about 320 miles. Actually, no, it's like 220 to drive down there and another 220 back. So it's about 3.5 hours.
So, do you have a hybrid?
Yeah.
Got it.
My Batmobile, the RAV4.
Got it.
You got a RAV4?
RAV4, because before that, doing the same job just prior to the pandemic, I was going to Key West almost every single day. Still did this show, end the show at midnight, and then would go, okay, I'm going to sleep for 3 hours. Oh, Oh, what day is it? Is it Friday? No, bro. It's Tuesday. Motherfucker. Oh.
Damn.
I know y'all have a peek inside my life. So if you ever want to know why I'm a little batty, now you know. Miracle Man,
Listen to
anything going on?
Ace, like spend the fucking $80 and stay at a Best Western. Good God.
Yeah, no, the cheapest hotel in Key West is $350 a night.
Damn, you're lying, dude.
I learned that shit the hard way. Hey, if I want to stay at an Airbnb, it's about $285 a night. So there goes like all of my travel pay.
Right.
That's ridiculous.
I might be showing up on the IFLC show for their Halloween special. Other than that, come on by and see me over on the tweeters, and we'll talk about comics.
Excellent. Hey, Kirk, you got anything going on tomorrow night, the rest of the week?
Just the Teachers Lounge tomorrow. And then next Tuesday I'll be doing a show with JP Budget Collects, the indie show. And we're talking about more Invincible. So if you have time, come on by. It's at 6 o'clock.
I shall. Well, that's a lot easier to do.
Yeah.
All right, and lady, you have the comic option with the Saturday morning comic crew?
I don't know if we do or not. I'm not sure if I think Southern Comic Geek is going to be out of town, so I don't think so. But I may be on somebody else's. Who knows?
Did you do it last week?
Sleep in?
Huh? Yeah, sleep in.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons.
But at 11 a.m. on Saturday is when I got to go pick up that comic press.
Oh, that's going to be important. That's like cancel all my appointments.
It's exciting.
Like all of them. All of them.
I'm gonna start pressing.
You got a live stream when you start pressing.
I gotta start practicing with it.
I'm going to forward you some information about presses. Well, not about presses, but like the technique.
I still have that.
I think I sent it to you like years ago, but that's how I learned how to do it. And
I watch like YouTube videos and shit.
Yeah, this guy has them. It's like I'll look it up. Okay.
He has my name?
Sleep? What's sleep? I don't know. Some of us don't know. But otherwise, I would like everybody to know, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Not Near Mint. Now, there is a comic book shop that I go to. His name is John Freshly. And you can find him over on Instagram at Miami Fresh Comics. He usually does a claim sale every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. He usually starts late, so he says 7:30, but this is Miami, and we're on Miami time, which is 1 hour after someone says. So check him out over on Instagram at Miami Fresh Comics. This is where I get most of my comics. What you saw today, that all came from his shop. So that's the kind of stuff that he has. Meanwhile, we do this show every single week. We do it live and we do it new, and we do not miss a week, even if I go crazy. And that is absolutely true. What is also true is we love you. We thank you for watching us. We'll be back next Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And that's just been another show. Thank you so much, everybody. We love you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I mean, yeah, really don't die. We're trying to be big.
Rule number 1.
Thanks for tuning in. If you want to see this episode again, along with a catalog of back episodes and issues, surf on over to Not Near Mint on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Rob Worst, Lady Fantastic, Miracle Man, Comics on the Mind, Ace, and Whack Comics will be back next week. New Comic Book Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Not Near Mint. And remember,